Yeah, thank you very much for the for having us, and thank you very much for the kind introduction. Let me share my screen with you. Um, okay, let me know if you can't see it. Otherwise, I would be ready to start.
No, looks good.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, as I said, thank you very much for having us here. I am joined by Professor Dr. 𝘗𝘕𝘓𝘕 today, who not only teaches in this program, but who's also very much involved in designing and developing it. So he will join me for any questions that you might have later. Um, Before we look at the bachelor program Sustainable Engineering at our Technical University of Braunschweig, I would like to show you roughly where Braunschweig is. You've done so already. If we look a little closer, then you can see Braunschweig right here, as Georgia already mentioned, between Hanover and Berlin, about half an hour away from Hanover by train and 1.5 hours to Berlin. You can also see that Hamburg or Bremen aren't far away either. Frankfurt as an international airport is to the south. Hanover and Berlin have airports as well close by. If we zoom in a bit, you can see Braunschweig right here again. And to the south, we have the so-called Harz Mountains. And the mountains, you can go hiking and biking. In the winter, you can go cross-country skiing if you're interested, and many other outdoor activities if you like to do these things. Also very close by is Wolfsburg. You might know the city because of Volkswagen headquarters, which are located right here, and who is a very big player in the region and in the industry and research. If we zoom in even a bit further, you can see the city center from above, surrounded by a small river called Oker, and our campus, or our main campus, is located right at the edge of it, so you can basically walk or bike into the city center in a few minutes. In general, Braunschweig has about 250,000 inhabitants, so we're a medium-sized city. We have lots of activities going on here also for leisure time. And what's really nice is that you can bike anywhere pretty much within 20 minutes, or you take public transport, so no car necessary, which I personally find very convenient. To show you a few more images, right here in the middle, you see the Braunschweig Lion, which is a symbol of our city. You can see here the old castle, and next to it the old cathedral, and the city center. Above, you see the old palace. Actually, it's a rebuilt as it was destroyed in, I think, World War II, and they rebuilt the front, and now it houses the library, archives, and the joint shopping mall, actually. A few images also of our university already. This is the House of Science in the top left corner, and below you see the student center, and here down below you see one of the research centers next to the research airport in Braunschweig of the university. Here is an image of a house, of the so-called Ritzy House, which is a modern one in the city center. Braunschweig is also a rather green city, lots of parks. The River Oka I already mentioned, where you can do lots of canoeing, stand-up paddling, things like that. You can enjoy your time outside a lot because we have many parks, lakes, and places to go to in winter and in the summer. Braunschweig is also a very active research region in Europe, actually the most active one. You can see here the top 5 in the EU in Europe, and Braunschweig is the most active one, as you can see. That is, of course, due to Volkswagen, among others, but we also have, as you will see, we also have a lot of other research and industry here that we also cooperate with and have good connections to as a university. We are a member of the TU9 Alliance, the 9 leading technical universities of Braunschweig, as you can see here. Braunschweig again is here, and among those are, for example, Berlin or Aachen or Munich, among others. In Braunschweig itself, we cooperate with the German Aerospace Center, which is located right here. I already said we also have a research airport in Braunschweig. The Physikalische Technische Bundesanstalt is a National Institute of Metrology, so for measurement, where also the atomic clock sits and kind of, I guess, makes the time for Germany. Also the Helmholtz Institute, the Center for Infectious Diseases, very prominent in times of the pandemic, for example. So we do have lots of research in the area, lots of industry in the area. And so later as a mechanical engineer or engineer in general, it's hopefully easy to find job opportunities and internships. The university itself has about 80,000 students. Right here you see the main building of the university, the main old building, I should say. That's where I'm sitting at in the moment. We have 84-degree programs and 120 institutes. And those divide up into 6 faculties. And as you can see right here, the mechanical engineering faculty is the largest one of the university, of the technical university. And that's where this bachelor program, sustainable engineering, is housed. We offer also various other bachelor programs and master programs in mechanical engineering. Overall, we have about 20% of international students at the moment. We do have a lot of exchange programs with European universities, but also outside Europe. So a lot of partner universities around the world, not only exchange programs, but also other partnerships with universities in many countries in the world. International is what we also strive for in our fairly new program, Sustainable Engineering. Our motivation were the challenges that we're facing today. I think that's something we all know about the climate change, among the socioeconomic inequalities, where the gap is increasing as we speak, so to speak. We do have limited resources only, and we need to find a way how to make the Earth a good place for everyone and for every human being, every other being on Earth. Obviously, there are many ways to tackle this. And if mechanical engineering is interesting to you, then that might be your way to go. Because we do think that engineering can be part of the solution if we opt for global solutions. Obviously, we're all connected, and climate change or anything else does not stop at the border. So we need to look at global solutions. We need to design systems, products, processes that are sustainable. And I think important is not only to take environmental sustainability into consideration, but also economic and social sustainability. That's how we designed our bachelor program for you. Therefore, it is international and bilingual in English and German. It will give you a quality education in mechanical engineering with an emphasis on the aspect of sustainability. If your German is at a beginner's level at the moment, don't worry, you have some time to improve your level, as the foundation modules are available either in English only or in German or English. I'll get to the language requirements in a bit as well. The program is designed for 6 semesters and 180 credit points, as almost all our bachelor programs at our university. We start in the winter semester, which would be October. If you need to improve your level of German, there are German language classes available at our language center, and you can incorporate those German classes in your curriculum. And also we have mentoring program in place to support US international students, but also the German students, to find your way around the university, but also around Braunschweig and around Germany and the German culture. There are programs for first semesters, but also for students of higher semester, and then maybe later you would like to become a mentor as well to new students that arrive in Braunschweig. This is what the program will looks like. So we have first the compulsory foundation modules, which will be either in English or German. or English, with English material also to support you if you still need to improve your German. You'll get fundamentals in math and IT. So, for example, Python. You will take classes in the fundamentals of engineering and engineering applications. That is, for example, engineering mechanics, material science, control theory, fluid mechanics, and so on. And then we have the fourth aspect that is also compulsory is the aspect of sustainability. And here you learn all the basics about economic and social sustainability. You look at the life cycle of a product, so a life cycle analysis. So you don't just look at the product when you use it, but also how is it produced and what happens with it at the end when we don't use it anymore. Can it be recycled? What happens with it in the end? So that is, these are all aspects that you will look at. Also a question about a sustainability measure. Can you measure it? So what's relative sustainability or absolute sustainability? All these aspects you will study during your foundation modules. Then later you will choose one area of specialization, so either sustainable mobility, sustainable energy and process engineering, or sustainable production. I will talk about those in a second. You round off your profile with an integrated module. Here you can incorporate language classes, can be German or any other language you might choose. You can incorporate classes about self-development or classes from any other curriculum that you're interested in. So maybe some historical aspect or a biology module, anything that you're interested in, basically. And to get some practical experience, you will also have an internship of 10 weeks. And at the end, you write your bachelor thesis to complete your studies. To look at the 3 specialization areas that we offer in this bachelor program, they actually make up about 1/3 of your studies. There is sustainable production. I already mentioned that we look at a life cycle oriented approach. So not only when the product is used, but the whole process of it. So there will be a holistic approach of it, and you will learn about strategies for designing sustainable products and systems. Overall, there is an approach of systems engineering. So it's a more of an overall view that we'll look at in sustainable production. The second area of specialization can be energy and process engineering. Very roughly, energy engineering focuses on processes of energy conversion. So how can we in the end use the energy as electricity, heat, and so on and so forth, or material conversion as process engineering. So how are the materials converted so that we can use them in foods, in cosmetics, and medicines, and so on and so forth. And in the past, the emphasis has been on economic benefits, and I think probably very successful. But we now know that we need to look at more, and we need to look at the sustainable aspect as well. So to combine ecological and economic benefits, and you learn new approaches, and that will be the focus of sustainable energy and process engineering. And then the third specialization area would be sustainable mobility, which includes automotive and aerospace engineering. And you will learn about a sustainable mobility concept. There's also a lot of research going on regarding this matter at the university, including intermodal transport systems. We are very well connected in the region, as you've already seen. And just to name a few, we have cooperations with the German Aerospace Center, also with Siemens, which you might know. Siemens Railway is also located here in Braunschweig. Or, of course, Volkswagen as a big automotive player in the region. So these are the 3 specialization areas that you can choose when you opt for the bachelor program, Sustainable Engineering. A few words about the application process. The start is in winter, so the application period is from June 1st to July 15th. If you are a EU citizen, then this application period extends to October 15th, but please make sure and check that that really applies to you so that you don't miss the deadline. The registration is through a university's application website directly with the university. So you enter all your details there, and then you get information on which documents you need to compile and upload or send in. There are a few requirements for this program. In general, you need to have a German university entrance qualification that is the same Germany-wide for all universities, and that will be checked when you send in your documents. You need to have a certain level of German and English. So if you're not a native speaker of German or have your previous education completed in German, then you need to prove level DSH1, and you have to have at least level A1 at the time of the application. And if you then still need to improve your level, you have 3 semesters to do so, and to take German classes, and then you need to show your DSH1 level at the end of the 3rd semester. If you can't do that at that point of time, then unfortunately you would have to leave the program. Also, if you're not a native speaker of English or have completed your education in English, then you need to show a certain level, for example, through TOEFL or IELTS or any equivalent exam, and you'll find all the details on our website. The last requirement would be an internship of 8 weeks. Again, that can be deferred until the end of the 4th semester if you can't complete all of it. So maybe you just have 4 weeks, or if you can't complete it at all for various reasons. We strongly advise you to do as much of that before you start your studies, just because there's lots of other things to do once you enter the bachelor program. And you might remember that there is another internship of 10 weeks coming at the end of your studies. So these are the requirements for the program. Just one note on fees and costs of living, because that question sometimes comes up. Application is free. The only thing where you have to pay a fee is the assessment of your university entrance qualification. So that would be 70 euros. If that for some reason has already been done because you applied somewhere else or you applied at our university already, then you wouldn't have to pay that if you can show that. The program itself is tuition free at our university. With all universities, you pay a semester contribution. Here it would be about 400 euros every semester, so every 6 months. And that will give you free public transport, would give you subsidized meals at the cafeteria, lots of services around campus. So that would be the semester contribution. Overall, Braunschweig is a rather affordable city to study compared to German standards. It is a medium-sized city, so it is less expensive than the bigger ones, but still offers a lot here for everyone who lives here. And the International House of the TU Braunschweig actually estimated the cost of living at approximately 150 euros per month. In order to study successfully, that kind of, I think that includes everything. So rent, food, costs at the universities for materials or others, your leisure time, internet, whatever. So that really depends on your standard of living, obviously, but that is what's been estimated by our international house. If you have more questions, we of course hope to be able to answer them today. If you have more detailed questions or something comes up later, please contact me by email. Would probably be the easiest, and then we can make an appointment via video call, or I answer your questions by email. We would love to have you here. We would love to welcome you here, and yeah, we look forward to your applications if you choose to join us at the Technische Universität Braunschweig. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.